Hello, this is Serenity, and I'm here to talk today about a question that I know a lot of people have asked me, and I want to just talk about it now, and that is, what is a light worker and how do you know if you are one? I think this is an important topic right now because a lot of people are coming into opening and spiritual awakening and having energies come through their body, or maybe they already are energy workers like massage therapists or sound healers or energy healers or Reiki energy or intuitives. These are all aspects of being a light worker. So, some of the traits I'm going to talk about today, you may have some of them, you may have all of them, you may have none of them yet. Maybe you're just starting out on your spiritual path and you're coming into more awakening and more understanding of what spirituality means for you and how that's going to come through you, how the creativity of your opening is going to start to show up for you. So I want to talk about being a light worker and what that means and how that shows up typically. So one of the ways that you can tell, again, you may have all these traits, you may not, but there are about 10 of them here. So one of the ways that you may know is that you have the sense of feeling different or not really belonging here. Like you just don't really fit into the mainstream norm, the house, family, kids, the society way of doing things. You may have different opinions or views about the government, about the conspiracy theories, about what's going on today. You may be very affected by that. That's one way to know that you are coming into spiritual awakening or spiritual understandings, is that a calling of a bigger purpose or something in your life that feels like you may need to do more rather than just exist here. You want to push into what's already happening and change that for the better. So it's a great calling that you feel inside of your heart or soul. This is kind of where spirituality starts to come in from. And again, being a light worker is both a blessing and a great responsibility. Being in spirituality is a blessing and a great responsibility because with the beauty, the love, and the light comes a lot of difficulty and adversity. And oftentimes the people around you don't quite understand what you're going through. And I'm going to talk about that, the spiritual awakening and the dark nights of the soul and what happens. But again, when you're coming into having this desire to want to do more or want to change aspects of this duality, that's a sign that you're coming into a state of spirituality or being a light worker. Another sign is that you feel like you came here or volunteered to come here to help change this place. I know I do, being an indigo. I'm also an empath and a high-level intuitive. I have extrasensory abilities. Some call them psychic abilities, but moreover, it's just an intuition, in touch with my heart, ability to read people. And I know for a fact that I was different growing up than my friends and my peers. I always questioned why I was in this body and they were in that body. The duality shocked me. I was always at a deeper place. I could always feel the feelings of others around me, and I didn't really understand that that was empathic abilities. And it took me a long time to come into the understanding about what was going on with me, but I know that I came here to this place to help spread love. In fact, at one point in my childhood, one of my mother's first spiritual teachers in the S movement, he called me the ambassador of love, which I didn't quite understand what that meant at 6 years old, but I do now. I'm 40 today. Well, this year I turned 40. So again, another sign you're a light worker or someone who's here to change things and help with the increasing of awareness and light in the universe today is that you're an empath or intuitive or a high-level sensitive or someone that goes on intuition or strong sense of spirituality around you, of feeling and hearing things extrasensorily and coming into a place of spirituality. A spiritual awakening can signify that you may need to be in a different profession or working in a different aspect of life. Before I did what I'm doing now, helping people in a spiritual level with relationships and coming into more love and light, I was a veterinary technician. So I had a lot of compassion and I wanted to work with animals, but I didn't necessarily connect with people as well. And I had to come into that love and understanding that I could connect with people on a deep soul level and I could move into more love by doing that. I was always very afraid of the soul-to-soul connection because I felt so much. I was open to so much energies that I could feel very much what was going on with the people around me. And again, that's the next point I want to talk about. When you're coming into a spiritual awakening or being a light worker, you have this ability to work with energies and use energies and feel those around you and feel what they're going through and feel the energy of a room and be able to actually control the energy of a room and control the love and light and aspects of what people are going through. And so this is something, the part of the big responsibility where it's important to use this aspect in a conducive way. I know that this is where I fell into some of the darkness that I fell into, is that I was in so much pain and I was hurting so deeply in my life that I knew that I could do this. I knew that I could affect people with my mood and my energy. I knew that much. And I used this like in my teens, in my early 20s, to make people feel other feelings than love. Because I wanted everyone to feel what I was feeling, because I felt so misunderstood and not heard and not important. And that's because of how I grew up. And so I always wanted to control the room or control the emotions. Now I use this energetic ability to work with people extrasensory or ethereally and help them with their soul-to-soul connections. I talk about astral projection, even though I'm not saying that that's necessarily the best thing to be doing. I do feel like it has its place and it has its purpose in this world. And again, feeling energies, feeling extrasensory, having this ability of empath or intuitive, or understanding different aspects of energies, these are all signs that you're coming into a spiritual awakening and an understanding about becoming more for this world, bringing in more love and light, and that is being a light worker, or a love worker, you could call it. Another aspect that I didn't know about being a light worker until in the last year when I really started doing work individually with clients and with people. I do belong to a large spiritual group. I have been meditating for 10 years. I have done several transformative workshops that varying from 9 days to 3 days, even one-day workshops or weekend workshops. So I've done a lot of transformative work around my heart, my emotional body, my love, my connection with others. And so I do work a lot with individual clients, and I realize an aspect of being a light worker is that I need a lot of alone time, or I need time to recharge my batteries. I actually work from home, and I do readings via Skype and over the phone and things like that. And so I need a lot of time, alone time. I meditate regularly in the morning. I have a meditative practice that I do. I release a lot. I have to do energetic release work because I feel very overwhelmed by what's going on in this world. The energies that are going on, the pain that the world feels. I have come to a spiritual level or a depth inside my being where I'm starting to connect to the pain of the world. And it is no small thing to feel. It actually feels like dying. I can feel the longing for source energy, the longing for love, the longing for God in the individual people and in the lost will of humanity, which I have also spoken about, that I feel very connected to. So again, needing a lot of alone time to recharge is a sign that you are a light worker. And also, you would be attracted to spirituality, to meditation, to metaphysics, to energy work, to healing work, to bettering the planet, to veganism potentially, or eating healthier, or any of these aspects of mind, body, soul, consciousness that you may be looking into. This is a sign that you're probably coming into a spiritual awakening or a light worker aspect, or you may be having a higher calling to work in this arena of helping others. And again, it's important to feel this in a creative way. This is another sign that you're a light worker, is creativity starts to flow through you. Opening to spirituality means opening to your higher self and who we are, what we're meant to be, and what we're meant to bring into this world, which is love, higher purpose, light, our personal power, the love of God, the love for each other. And this is all could come out in creative ways. You might be never knew that you could paint or draw, and then you start to draw or paint or create beautiful music or art or photographs or do videos. Whatever it is that's coming through you, you feel some creativity coming in that wants to help or wants to push in this energy of love and light into the world. And again, this is going to be guided by your connection to your higher self or to source energy, because that's where our personal power lies. That's where our potential as human beings lie, not in this mundane world of problems and issues and worry and fear, not the, the reptilian brain-based connection, more like the pineal gland opening and coming into the higher purpose. That's where the God connection happens. And through meditation and spirituality or breath work is how there are many ways to open the pineal gland, but that's where our secret seed of the soul is for our higher consciousness and awareness. And coming into this is often guided by our higher self, or the true aspect of ourself, or our soul self. And so you may feel this and you don't understand it. Another sign that you are coming into a spiritual awakening or becoming a light worker potentially is energy. Your energy, the energy of the world, the energy of the help, the assistance, the special assistance, the guiding of your higher self. You may be tapping into an energy that is magnetic or magnanimous or makes you feel larger than life. It may come in as form of like heart palpitation, nervousness, anxiety even. I know I've experienced multiple times throughout the last year of really coming into the deep awakening of just thinking I was going literally insane. And, some people call this the Kundalini energy, or, the symptoms of the Kundalini energy. And yes, that is what it is. It's the energy coming into the planet right now, helping people evolve, helping people grow into more awareness and more spirituality, more consciousness, more connection to their higher self. And how does that happen? Through energy that's coming into this dense material plane, coming from the higher planes, coming from our higher self into these material bodies, because we're just a fragment of our higher selves. We exist down here as we exist simultaneously in the spiritual realm. So we're coming into a wholeness, a completeness. And this is the spiritual awakening that's happening to everybody. So you may be experiencing incredible levels of energy. And I'm going to do some meditative videos where we talk about how to take this energy, take it in, move it through your body, let it break up blocks, let it transform you. Transformational energy. You may be tapping into this. And the best thing you can do with the spiritual awakening or becoming a light worker is embrace it. Resistance is futile. It is going to happen for everyone. Everyone is evolving towards this. It's a blessing to come into this now at this stage, because literally thousands of people are waking up. I'd say millions, but really it's thousands, close to 1 million or more, hopefully, are waking up to this higher self or higher perspective or our transformational energy and coming into more of themselves, becoming light workers, becoming spiritually active people, becoming alive, coming out of the darkness, coming into the light, coming into the love, embodying the higher self. This is what spirituality is all about, and this is what being a light worker is all about. So I hope this video finds you well and you can relate to some of these things that are going on with yourself now as your higher self guiding you through a spiritual awakening. And we are going to talk about dark nights of the soul. I am going to make a video about that because that is part of the spiritual awakening. There's a lot of discomfort that goes along with the euphoria and the joy and the ecstasy. So stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.